on Thursday against Butler.
Look at Garrett Temple, one of the best defenders in the country on the perimeter, chasing Wayne Ellington right now.
Thornton on the push-off as Green went baseline. So, 8-6 LSU at the first break. Tar Heels have Lawson back today. The foul call against Mitchell. And Wake Forest, the only Sweet 16 seed to lose to this point. The top of the class effort, the valedictorian effort by, if you will, Cleveland State.
Outstanding game by the Vikings. Boy, congratulations to Gary Waters and Cedric Jackson, Norris Cole, J. Nathan Bullock, and the rest of the Vikings. They went wire to wire in a very impressive win last night.
Lawson is coming out just seconds in after the break. Hansbrough did not miss the other night, misses 2 straight.
Yeah, he had made 34 of his last 36 from the line before that, Jim.
But it sets up a 3 by Ellington. Well, it all worked out for the Tar Heels, +1.
Yeah, right. Well, sometimes that loose ball 3-point shot opportunity is really hard to defend. Guys are scrambling, the defenders are mismatched, and you get burned.
Mitchell had a good look. Quentin Thornton chased it, but last touch by the Tar Heels. Thornton, a big body off the bench. 6'9" senior from Orlando, Florida. And how about the ACC? It's been close to a disaster. They lost 5 teams in the first round, and the only 2 left are playing here today. Carolina and Duke's next on this floor. Temple drives in, and Thompson's going to be called for this, which will give him 2.
Already, he got beat on an offensive rebound by Tasman Mitchell earlier and committed a foul. And that time, Garrett Temple able to get to the rim and draw the foul. That's one of the issues in the 4 losses that North Carolina has had. Controlling and containing dribble penetration has been a problem.
Well, Garrett Temple, we mentioned he was on that Final Four team of 2006, started as a freshman, and in turn his career, it's been a really solid, more than a solid career. Family with long history, but on the floor more than any LSU player in the history of the 100-year program. Garrett Temple, more minutes than anyone.
And he ranks in the top 10 in assists, steals, and block shots. How about that for a guard?
Yep. Well, there's Davis with the turnaround. We talk about the ACC's play. I'll get a thought on that from you, but one of the losses we should add was actually Maryland losing today, so they weren't all first-round losses, but the Terrapins got pretty easily handled today by Memphis. What about the ACC? Surprise you?
A little bit, but again, the matchups dictate who advances and who doesn't, Jim. It's not about conferences, it's about teams. And those teams play tough opponents in the first round of the tournament.
Frazier with the steal. Ellington gives it up. Green, who waits and scores. Frazier, Ellington, Green.
Good timeout here by Trent Johnson. He does not want Carolina to get going and to fuel this pro-Tar Heels crowd. A little off. His conditioning is not where it normally would be, but he's back out there, and he does a pretty good job staying in front of his guy defensively.
Well, you saw Marcus Thornton hit a 3 at the other end, and some of you just joining us now, Ty Lawson is back on the floor after a 1:20 spell on the bench in his second attempt of the game. Rolls off the rim. Bo Spencer goes flying into the bench. So Lawson was out for 1:20, and the Tar Heels actually went on a 7-1 run while he was out.
Well, you can tell he's not pushing the ball as aggressively as you would expect him to, and understandable. He's still got some pain and discomfort with that sprained right toe. He's missed 2 weeks of game action and practice time, and actually just went through 60% of a practice yesterday, which couldn't have been much, being that it was between game days. They played Thursday. He did not play, but they had a light practice yesterday and are now back on the court today. There you see his numbers.
So Lawson started the game, for those just joining us, and has missed his 2 attempts from the floor. They made the decision 15 minutes before tip-off to go with Lawson.
I think it's important for him, if he felt good enough to be out on the court, to get him started while he was warmed up and to try to get him again acclimated to game action because this team feels like it has a chance to win a national championship. But it won't happen unless Ty Lawson is able to